The first type of stem or mouthpiece that I wish to discuss is just a simple tapered one. I'm going to make a ROP style fruitwood pipe bowl today or later this weekend, and I wouldn't want to put a vulcanite stem on it. It wouldn't look right. Okay, this is more of a hobo or a rural provincial sort of pipe style, and you would want a simple sort of stem. This is cherry wood finished with beeswax, and it is a very simple job on the lathe to do this. I have drilled out some blanks, and I want to find the one that is least centered. I'm lazy. So there's where I was drilling, and there's where it came out. Now the thing to remember about the lathe is that wherever you mount it up, that is the center, and all the rest of it will get cut out. In this case, I don't have a lot of meat left, and so what I want to do is turn this into a tapered, okay, and put the taper down here, and it will suit, you know, quite well for this simple sort of style. So here we go. That's with a round scoop tool, a bowl gouge. This is a buck, just as cheap as it could be. It came with an old chopstick. That was my first lathe. This is a skew. I'm going to use a larger skew. Let's take a look. Okay, we're about at round. What I want to do is trim down to square this off. So here, right there, I want a good square edge that I can finish. And then I'm going to flip her around. You can see it's now the center. And here we go here. Always work as close to your wood stock as you can get. I'm going to round this a little bit more. There's a flat side. If you start having problems where you have to tighten too much, you don't want to because you're going to split your wood. Use a smaller tool, because there's less contact with the surface and it will tend to not catch as much. Let's see what we've got. That's looking good. Now, I know it's not squared because I'm the one that cut it, and I know that I didn't cut it flush, so here we go. Squaring it down as little as possible at a time so that you don't have to tighten any more than is necessary. Okay, now before I cut the tenon, I want to go in and finish. So here we go here. That's for the mouth, so let's go on. But we can always sand it, you know, once it's off the lathe. Moving up in grit. I'm not going to move up very far. I'm a very lazy finisher. I assume I will mend my ways, but for right now this is for demo purposes, and I mainly want to show you that it's possible. This is wire wool, steel wool. If it catches the way that it did there, don't worry about it. Take a sharp tip tool, just run down a little bit, and it will cut the wire right off. Now as I said, I'm using beeswax to finish this. That's not what we normally use here in the workshop, but we don't normally make things that are taken into one's body. And so I had to think about what I had, and I had beeswax around, and that seemed reasonable. So this is cherry wood with beeswax. If I were making wood stems, and I am making wood stems, I wouldn't get adventurous with the woods, because you honestly don't know what the interactions are going to be with the human body. So use your normal fruit woods: pear, apple, cherry. Sycamore is not a fruit, but it is known to be food safe. That's absolutely fine, but I wouldn't get experimental. If you want to make something exotic, make it in the stem, but you still don't know what heat from the smoke is going to do to it. So I would be conservative and work with what you know is safe, which tend to be nice native fruit woods. I'm going to cut the tenon now for pushing in, and this is a parting tool. You would need to know what size the hole is, and what you would do is you would just keep doing this. I'm making this up to show, and so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to have it look like a tenon. This doesn't have to be finished. As a matter of fact, a little less slick is probably good. So right here at the edge, again, I'm working with it as little as possible because I don't want to split. And that's done. You can see that that should have been a production job for a turning shop. If it were $18.90 and somebody wanted some mouthpieces or stems, I sure would have put a bid in. There you go. I'm going to do another one a little bit more elaborate with multi-axis turning next.